Alright, well here's something, as you can tell, a total disaster. This is that Harbor Freight piece of El Crapo. This is the one where the cable broke twice and I finally adapted a cable, complete cable, to the system using a Grizzly. Grizzly makes basically the same thing. However, Grizzly does sell parts for theirs. Harbor Freight tells you to research it on the internet. Hello, okay. And that's what their service department told me. So anyway, what I'm thinking of doing so far with the one that I've adapted from Grizzly seems to be working okay. And I stuck it over here just to have it here on the bench. To have a little grinder, which is a good idea, but I got the other grinder over here. Well, we're someplace. I got another grinder around here. So what I'm going to do is take this one that has this little Dremel tool with it as well, that we can or can't trust, but I normally keep the Dremel itself hanging right here, so I don't need two Dremel tools here. So what I'm thinking of doing is taking that Harbor Freight piece and putting it over here, and just put a little shelf here and put it over here, for two reasons. Well, one is I'm thinking about playing around with the wintertime with those I want to call them models, but I guess they are, that I've been getting hooked on the internet. So this may be a good spot to put that one, so I have it here. And if I find that I need another mini grinder, well then I'll just get another mini grinder, because I got a big grinder over there, another mini grinder for here. Without this, why pay for something that doesn't work? So that's what my plan is somewhat today, while I'm waiting for UPS to come. And then once I get over there and get started, which I'm going to get started shortly, I will just talk to you about what's going on through the course of today and what my plans are, whatever that may be. So I'll be back. Over here, so that it charges, hopefully, and runs off the battery at the same time. So the battery's blinking, so it should be telling me it's charging. Plus, it's supposedly recording. So we will see, won't we? Alright, there's one thing I got to do over here real quick. I got this piece of threaded rod I got to cut. So let me get that cut, and then I can get this out of the way for now. Or do I want to get it out of the way for now? Doesn't make a difference. I'm going to use the air cutter, seeing I'm right here with it. Alright. So now, the only thing I really got to do with this is the clamp. I want to put a second clamp on each side, like I did on this one, but I ran short of two clamps. And I know they're coming in because I ordered 15 of them. And I thought I bought 8. Two, 4. I thought I bought 8, which means 2 of them are lost someplace. those plastic bags do not work worth a shit. I should look in the truck because I may have the other two. This is going to drop as soon as oh, maybe not because it's already got the weight on one side. Okay. Let's put these two over here. Now see, I also have a little bench over there if I wanted to use it and put a light up and I can sit there. But I don't like having my back to anything. See, here, I'm basically open. It's just me, you know. And actually, it's guys in general. We don't like having our back to a door. We like having our back to the wall. Alright, let me put these down here. And put this stuff away. I know where this goes. I know where these go. And then the rest of that stuff, I'll leave it there for now. There's no sense in you guys watching me put things away. The top of it, the hooks and shackles go into the hooks and shackles. Let me, right there. So much for that. Now I need a little bracket. A bracket. Actually, this would probably work just fine. Maybe, maybe not. We will see. Let me drill a hole. This out of the way for now. It's almost ready to finish. Steve Robbs was talking about those unibits. I've got set here that's 30 some odd years old. And what I found in my particular case see if I can show you one here. Hold on. Hang in there, guys. I'm looking for it. You think they'd be easy to find when they're in the drawer with other ones. Here it is. I got a set of 3 Unibits that I bought 30 years ago or so. At least that, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. What the hell is on them? It just says Unibit and a patent date, but there's no name on it other than Unibit. Maybe that's the brand. And after 30 years or so, my fault, I broke the tip off on this one. I use this one more than any of them. It's supposed to look like that. Well, it still works as long as I'm trying to open up a hole, but sometimes just trying to start a hole can be a pain in the ass. But I have this one, and I have a set of 3. I think you can see those. Well, I'll tell you what, I've drilled through 1/4 inch, 3/16. I mean, I've drilled through some heavy iron with these things, and they still hold their sharpness, and they're still great. But like Steve says, they do have a purpose. You don't want to use these for just your everyday drill. But these are great. Now, because I broke that tip, I just recently went out and bought this one. This one is a Chinese knockoff. I don't think this one's going to hold up as long as this one. That's why I kept this one, because from here down it's still great. But I bought this one. Now this one, or neither of these, have the hex head, which I agree with Steve. The hex heads are nice because you don't have to worry about them slipping. Oh, I'm over there drilling. Hold on. Now these do work, but they work great. However, they don't work all that great in a cordless or a keyless chuck, brother. When it comes to the keyless chuck, the hex ones are definitely going to be better because they lock in, as Steve mentioned. Now what I'm doing now is I drilled a little hole in a bracket that I'm going to use. And now I'm putting that broken Unibit in here because I want to make it a little bit bigger and have the option of going bigger without changing the bit. And seeing that I already put the hole in it, my broken bit works fine for opening the hole. There we go. Alright, so here I is. And that's going to go right about here. But first, I have to go into the house.